Hey guys, what's up? Mad Season here, and welcome to part 4 of my Big Gold Guide. This is a series that focuses on taking advantage of having a lot of characters to earn gold. In the last few videos we went over all of the garrison stuff, and in this video we're finally going to step out of the garrison and visit some raids. All of these raids are on a weekly lockout, but the more characters you have, the more you can do these raids on a weekly basis. Our first stop is the Temple of Ahn'Qiraj. That's the 40-man version of AQ, located at 2487 in Silithus, which is located on the Kalimdor continent. We only care about two bosses here, and that's Viscidus and the Twin Emperors. The reason we want to kill these bosses is for their pet drops. Viscidus drops the Viscidus Globule, and the Twin Emperors drop the Anubisath idol. It's going to vary between servers, but as you can see here for my Auctioneer add-on, the Viscidus Globule sells for around 10,000 gold at level 25, and it sells for around 4,400 gold at level 1 on my server. The Anubisath idol sells for around 6,400 gold at level 25 and 2,500 gold at level 1. The reason why the Viscidus Globule sells for so much more is because not a lot of people know how to kill Viscidus. To kill him, you can't just drain his health like most bosses in the game. You have to first freeze him by hitting him with around 25 frost attacks, then shatter him by hitting him with around 25 physical attacks before he unfreezes. Some classes will have it easier than others. If you want to check out my channel, I went ahead and made full level 100 guides for each class for Viscidus. I'll have an annotation that links to the playlist right here, and I'll also have a link in the description if you end up needing help with that. Some classes will need outside help from enchants and such to get the frost damage, and others will need help with the physical attacks for the shattering phase. So because this fight can be so annoying, most people just skip this boss, so the pet he drops is pretty pricey as a result. The drop rates on the pets are 24% for the Viscidus Globule and 14% for the Anubisath idol. Obviously, the more characters you run this with, the more you'll get per week, which is why raids are really good for the alt-centered approach of gold making that this guide focuses on. If you want to make things easier on yourself, you can do what I do and set your Hearthstone to the Oasis of Vir Sar, located at 27.8 in Uldum, to cut down on the traveling time. The other raids I want to talk about are all of the Cataclysm raids. There are 4 different raids from the Cataclysm expansion that give a pretty decent amount of gold just by looting all of the bosses and selling all of the gear. It varies from raid to raid, but in general you can expect around 1,500 to 2,000 gold on average from each raid. The 4 raids are the Blackwing Descent, the Bastion of Twilight, Firelands, and Dragon Soul. I have videos out for all of these raids that go into them in more detail. I'll have links to them in the description of this video if you end up checking them out. If you do all 4 of these raids, in total you get around 7,500 gold per character on a weekly basis. Assuming you've ran these raids before and you know the strategies, the raw runtime on these raids is around an hour and 15 minutes in total, not including the travel time and such. When you're doing these raids too, by the way, make sure it's set to 25-man heroic, because that's how you get the most gold out of them. This is the more traditional way of farming gold that gets more and more rewarding the more characters you have. It has its strong points and its weak points, and it all depends on your style of gold farming. Some people will find it boring, and others may prefer it to other ways. I will say that it is reliable in the sense that you're guaranteed to get the gold every time, though. You're not hoping that an auction will sell, or how much competition you have, or anything like that, so it can be a more consistent approach sometimes. And that's all of the raids I personally farm. There may be others, but I only wanted to focus on the most lucrative ones that don't take too long. That way this video doesn't drag on too long. But I guess that's all I have to say for now. I'll catch you in part 5, and as always, thanks for watching, good luck, and peace!